up, sweetie squad? What's up, YouTube? This your girl Samantha Sweets, and welcome back to my channel. Hey, sweetie squad, what's up, my lovies? Happy Tuesday. Or is today Monday? Today's Monday. I'm so sorry. Guys, let me just tell you something. When everyone talks junk about Mondays and how Mondays are terrible, today I'm in a 1000% agreement, okay? So let's go ahead and clarify. I'm on day 2 of my period, okay? So I am moody. One thing you guys don't know about me is that I'm anemic. Only the time of the month I'm anemic. I lose so much blood and I need iron in my body. And so right now I am lacking all of that. And so I feel like shit. Like, I literally feel like shit. Like, I was even saying this to people today that, like, if I did not have my period right now, I would think I have the corona because my body is so weak. I am so just like, I feel like nothing. Like, I feel like not doing anything. I didn't do my hair. This is how I woke up. And I was like, okay, yeah, we're going to roll with it. I got the barrette right there. I got a little hump right here. And we're throwing on some ears. And this is what we're doing. So I wanted to, like, basically enhance my eyes a little bit because they are puffy from me just watching The Green Mile and bawling my eyes out. I love The Green Mile. Comment down below if you guys love that movie. But yeah, I promised you guys a story. So a story is what I'm going to give you guys. And then afterwards, I might do the Ipsy video. I do an Ipsy video every single first of the month, the second of the month, or whatever. But this month we got it early. So today's the 30th. So we all got it. Tomorrow is the 31st. Tomorrow's the 1st. I'm not even sure. But this is going bye-bye. We're getting a new one. It's time to represent Easter time, springtime. I just still feel like this is like blah. I don't know. I want something that really pops in my background. So we're changing that tonight. So everything will be set for tomorrow and hopefully I'll be feeling better. But let's get into this story. This story is a true story. It happened to me. It was actually something that gave me chills and nightmares for years. And I want to tell you guys about it. So before we do all of that, if you guys are new to the YouTube channel, what's up? I'm your girl Samantha Sweets. Please make sure you hit the subscription button below. Give it a click right here. Ring a ding, 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 ding the bell. Turn your post notifications on. Why? Because I do giveaways on this channel. And right now I do have a giveaway going on. It is under the Jeffree Star makeup collection video. And you need to watch it and listen carefully. The rules are very simple. All you have to do is be subscribed to my channel. Make sure you like on that video and make sure you comment down below of that video, which is my favorite color in the Blue Blood palette. It's very simple. Just listen and watch. Okay, guys, let's get into the story. Okay. So this has been some years now. And I actually talked about it years ago, like 2 years ago on my YouTube channel. But it was before I had like a good subscriber count. So now I have subscribers, the ones that have stayed. I want to definitely talk about it again because we have so many new subscribers that they don't know of this story. So I don't even know if any of you guys know this story. Anyways, what happened is that I was in a true life horror movie. Like, I seriously was. Like, I wasn't making the movie. My life that day was a horror movie. So I'm going to go ahead and explain to you. It is a little graphic. I'll go ahead and tell you this now. It is detailed. It is a 1100% true story. Whew. Okay. So again, I want to say that I've been here 3 years in June. So this was at least 5 years ago now. Wow. So it's been about 5 years. I was living in a trailer and not far from my house. I'm not going to say the town that this happened in, but I am going to tell you that I live in a small town, as you guys know. So all the towns that surround me, they are all like 30 minutes away, 45 minutes away, 15 minutes away, 12 minutes away. They're all everywhere. But where this story takes place was 45 minutes from here. So anyways, for some reason, my dryer broke. I don't know why my dryer broke, but my dryer decided to break. So I needed to obviously wash clothes, wash me and my son's clothes and everything. So my bestie, she actually lived in the town 45 minutes away before she moved here. And she was like, yeah, you can come over and use our washer and dryer. Her washer and dryer was a commercial washer and dryer. It was a community one. So it was like they had like little like apartments, and then you have like the little clubhouse or whatever you want to call it. And inside was a washer and dryer. So it was a Saturday. Yes, it was a Saturday. And I went over there, and it was like, let's see here. It's 5 or 6 washers and only 4 dryers. So I was like, okay, cool. So I had like 3 loads to wash. I had towels, I had mine, and I had my son's. So it was like a, regular day. Kids were at the park. Everybody was chilling. She was at the house cooking. It was my son. She didn't have the, wait. Did she have? No, she wasn't even pregnant. No, she wasn't even pregnant yet. So it was her and her son and her daughter and then my son. And so we were all, like I said, she was up there at her house cooking, and and this is a big circle where it's kind of like a cul-de-sac. It's a giant cul-de-sac. And I was at the very front because I was at the clubhouse washing clothes. So I hadn't brought my phone in. I actually had driven my car there because I was tired of walking up and down. Even though it wasn't that far, I was tired of walking up and down, and I knew I had to lug a lot of clothes. So I left my car at the clubhouse, and I would like leave, come back, check on it and everything. Well, finally I wanted to finish up this last load, but I needed to use the dryer. Well, I wasn't going to touch someone's clothes. A, that's disrespectful. B, it would have been like a fight probably. Like, nobody wants people touching your clothes. So I was like, damn, like this is taking forever. So I was like, oh well, whatever. So I decided to go to my car and get my phone, and I was like, let's just see what's popping on Facebook, let's just see what's going on or whatever. And I think my ex and we were talking at the time or something, or we were just like friends or something, and I was like, let's see what he's doing. And it was just crazy. Well, it got dark. It got really dark. So this was now, because it was like daylight savings time, and this was right, I want to say right before Thanksgiving. Right before Thanksgiving. Yeah, right before Thanksgiving. So I'm in the laundry room. I'm basically twiddling my thumbs. I'm bored. And there is, like I said, there's washer dryer. There's a big sink, I guess. I don't know what that's for. And then you have blinds, a window, and then you have the washers and the washers and dryers over here, the door, the window, and then you had over here your dryers. And you had this also a folding station where you could fold your clothes. So I'm like standing kind of like by the folding station, but I'm not all the way over there. I'm like kind of in the middle of the room. And all of a sudden, this girl, this black woman, runs in screaming, hysterical, help me, he's gonna kill me, help me, he's gonna kill me, help me, he's going to kill me. I immediately thought of that show, Punked with Ashton Kutcher. Do you guys remember that show that was on MTV? Like, okay, I got punked. Like, who's punking me? Ha ha ha. That's like the first thought that went to my head, and I will never ever forget this day. I still remember this day crystal clear. So I'm like, it's just a lot of things rush into your head, and that was the first thought. My second thought was, my second thought was to freak out. This is thoughts now, guys. This is not what I've said now. This is just thoughts. So I'm like, okay. Samantha, you are known as a drama queen. I am. People call me that all the time at work. Everyone said I miss my calling and acting. You guys seen the TikToks, whatever. Okay, I am a very emotional person. Yes, that is guaranteed. So I, for some reason, was so calm. I was calm. I feel like guardian angels, God, angels, everything just gave me the power to stay calm. Because if I would have freaked out, like this girl was freaking out, more would have, someone had to be calm in this situation, obviously. So let me get back. So basically, I immediately was like, okay, come here. Like, what's going on? Come here. And she's like, help me. He's going to kill me. He killed my aunt. I know it. I'm like, what? Who killed who? What happened? Like, you can't really get to know the whole story because she's shaking. She's talking a mile a minute. She's freaked out. She's obviously in shock. Okay. So my first reaction is to lock the door. So I locked the door. I turned off the lights and I closed the blinds. That is my first reaction, okay? That's the first one. The second one is somebody is killing somebody and my son is up the road. My son is in this neighborhood and so is my best friend and so are her kids. So I need to make sure that they are safe. That is my second thought. And my third thought is, okay, sorry about that, guys. That was my son's school. They're getting school work ready for the kids to finish up the school year. Okay, so what was I saying? Oh, yes. So I need to find out what's exactly going on. But again, this woman is in shock and she's shivering and of course she's a wreck. Okay. So I don't have exactly all the facts, but what I do know is that somebody obviously is out to hurt this woman or her family or whatever, the little information I was able to gather, and I need to call 911. So like I said, there was a folding table, like a folding station. So underneath it, you could get underneath it. So that's where we went. So we went underneath the folding station and we were just like crouched down. So I call 911. And I tell them what's going on. I have a woman here. She's saying that a man is trying to kill her aunt and her family. And I have her. She's in the. Why does this look like it's going up? I have her in the laundry room of the apartment complex. Please send for help. And they asked what her name was, and she wasn't able to tell me because she was in such shock. So then she asked to use my phone, and I said, sure. I said, but first let me call my best friend and tell her what's going on. So I told 911 I have to go. Plus 911 was already getting multiple calls about that going on. You could hear it in the background. So I hang up, I call Jocelyn, and I'm like, Jocelyn, what I'm about to tell you is not a joke. It's not a game. It's 1000% serious, and you need to listen. I said, I am here in the laundry room. There's a girl. She is telling me that there's a man on the loose who's trying to kill her and her family, and he's in the neighborhood. And she says, shut up, Samantha. Like, stop playing. It's not even funny. I was like, it's not a fucking joke, Jocelyn. It's serious. I just got the phone with 911. You need to grab bats, knives, whatever. Get the kids away from the windows and get down. That's all I can tell you. And lock the door. And she's like, oh my God, are you going to be okay? I'm like, I'll be fine. Just watch out for the kids. So I got off the phone with that, and then she wanted to call her cousin because she didn't know her name. So she called her cousin, and her cousin answered the phone and was asking what was going on. And all she was screaming is, he killed auntie, he killed auntie. Like, that's all she was screaming. And he shot her, he shot her. So now I know there's a gun involved. I'm gathering the information as she's speaking. And then she says, what's my name? What's my name? And then the cousin said her name. And her name is Jaleisha. So I was like, oh, okay. And she had on like a dress. She had on like a dress kind of. And at that moment in time is when I saw the blood. I saw the blood and it was going down her leg. And I was like, uh-oh. And she was still on the phone. And I obviously she's cut or something happened. So I kind of lift up her dress just a little bit to her thigh area, and that's where I saw the bullet hole. She had a bullet hole in her leg. She had been shot. That is when the panic really sat in. There's somebody on the loose in this neighborhood killing people, killing her family. Could kill me, could kill my best friend, could kill my child, could kill her children, could kill anybody. She immediately drops my phone, falls back, screaming, oh my God, I've been shot. Oh my God, I'm gonna die. Oh my God. At that point, again, I have to stay calm. I immediately grab a towel, like what do you call those? A face towel, the ones you put in your bathroom to like dry your face or whatever, and hand towel, is that what they're called? And I tied it around her bullet wound. I've seen that in movies and stuff that you need to stop bleeding whenever you see blood. So at this point now, I know I need to go get help. I need to go see if I can find help because I don't want this girl to die. I need to do something. I can't believe I was brave enough to even think to do that. But I was. So I told her to wait there and I would be back. And I gave her my cell phone in case something should happen. I told her to lock the door. Now I know that I am out here. I am about to go out here where a man obviously has a gun and is on the loose. I wasn't really thinking, was I? I'm walking and I just remember it being so quiet. It was so eerie. The wind was howling. Remember, it's right around Thanksgiving, so it's fall. The wind, it's cold. I just remember feeling I was in a horror film. So I remember like having my hands kind of like this. And I took my keys with me so that I would have my key for defense. And I started walking up, and this girl starts walking, and she's on a phone, and she's like, I don't know where she is. She ran, she jumped out the window, they said. I don't know, but we need to find her. And I stopped her and I said, excuse me, are you looking for Jaleisha? And she said, yes, that's my cousin. Do you know where she is? And I said, yes. I said, I have her in the laundry room. I said, but I have to tell you something. She's been shot. She's like, oh my God, is she okay? I said, I tied a towel around her leg, maybe we can, you grab one arm and I grab one arm and we can get her to, somewhere. And so she's like, okay, great. Thank you. So we go back to the laundry room. I basically just knocked and I said, Jaleisha, it's me. And she opened the door and I never could tell her what my name was. And I'll tell you why this is important to why she doesn't even know my name. So basically, we pick her up, we grab her and we have her like this, like how you carry someone when they're, she had both of her arms over our shoulders. That's when we heard the sirens. The sirens, the police, the ambulances, everybody just comes racing in. Remember, this is a complex now. So they have it barricaded to where if you live in this complex and you're not 50 or 911, you're not getting in. So I now have her on one side, and her cousin has her on the other, and we're walking up. We're walking up to what I saw would be my first 2 dead bodies ever. Well, my own. I've never seen another dead body besides in a casket. Like I said, I now have seen a real life crime scene. We're walking up and a cop pulls out his gun. Stop! Don't move! And I said, don't shoot! Don't shoot! I said, this is I think I kind of remember now. I said, don't shoot! Don't shoot! I said, this girl's been shot. I said, I believe she's family to this woman or to the, I forget what exactly I said, but I said, don't shoot. I said, she knows what happened. That's what I said. She's been shot and she knows what happened. Don't shoot. So we're now up to where all the cops and the ambulances are surrounded because we had gotten that far. And that's when I saw it. That's when I saw 2 dead bodies. It was, like I said, an apartment complex. So there's 2 steps and you get into the house. And the door was wide open and the woman was half in the door. Her legs were in the door and her head was on the cement. Like down the stairs, and she had one arm out and one arm in, kind of like this, and she was face down. There was blood surrounding her. It was terrifying. And then to the right of her, in the grass, there was a man. And he was face down. And you could see the bullet hole in his head. And there was a gun underneath him, like underneath his body, kind of wedged out. When the girl saw that her aunt was dead, she immediately fell out of my arms and her cousin's arms and just started rolling on the ground. Oh my God, she's dead. She's dead. I knew it. She's dead. At this point, I still didn't know the whole story. I didn't know what was going on, but when I saw that there was a man with a gun underneath, and to me it looked like a self-inflicted gunshot wound, I pretty much knew that it was over. But was it really? So at this point, of course, the cops want questions. Well, they take Jaleisha and they put her in the ambulance and they get her to the hospital. I really don't have anything to say except I was in there washing my clothes and this girl comes running in and tells me that he's gonna kill her. He's gonna kill her and possibly killed her auntie, and this is that. Well, it was time for me to go home and check on my own friends and family. So the cops said for me to keep my cell phone on and that if I had any questions that he would come get me. This all occurred around 5:30 in the afternoon. the shooting. The shooting occurred at 5:30. Their bodies were not removed until 4 a.m. Their bodies just stayed there. At this point, they had put a sheet on, but you could still see the blood poking through the sheet. It was horrendous. And I never knew the full story until the next day. So I went back to Jocelyn's. I had a drink. I needed a drink. I think I drank a beer in like 5 seconds. Literally, I was so like, oh my God. I couldn't believe what I witnessed. But at the same time, I felt like I did something right. In a way, I kind of sacrificed myself because I knew this woman needed help. She could have bled to death. Then what good that would have done. So the cops ended up coming get me. The sheriff, actually. He came and got me and said, "Young lady, do you know you're a hero?" I said, "A hero?" He said, "Yeah. If it wasn't for you, that girl could have died. She could have bled to death. You saved her life." I was like, wow, like, thanks. He gave me a hug. I shook his hand. I think he still remembers me to this day because I was working at a restaurant afterwards and he would talk about that story every now and then. So it felt good. It felt good. I did something right. So I ended up going home. Well, I ended up going back to Jocelyn's because you couldn't even leave. You couldn't leave until the morning. So I ended up leaving around 6 o'clock. I had called my job, told my job what had happened. And in fact, family members worked there that were family with this woman that died. It was crazy. Again, living in a small town, everybody knows everybody, even the town 45 minutes away. So after that day, I had what you called, I mess up the word every time, vertigo. Vertigo, where you keep on seeing the same thing over and over, or you feel like you're seeing it, but you're not. I would be at work and I would feel like I would see her standing there in her bloody sheet on the hall. I closed my eyes and I would see the gun go off in my head. It was really surreal. And I wanted to know who this girl was. I wanted to see if she was okay. So I looked for her on Facebook and I couldn't find her for nothing. But then once I found out who the woman that died was, and I found out the story, I was able to find Jaleisha. Or better yet, she found me. So the story went like this. On that fateful day, and this literally, like I said, was right before Thanksgiving, they were at a funeral. Jaleisha, her auntie, her brother, her mother, her grandmother, everyone were at a funeral for her other auntie. The woman that died was name was Sandy, and she was at a funeral for her own sister that day. That is just too ironic, honestly. It's just very eerie. They were at a funeral, and she was laying her sister to rest. So all the family was together. It was a big family. Come to find out that Sandy was actually going through somewhat of a divorce. Her husband, the father of her children, were basically, he was a pig. He was a dog. He was cheating on her. She decided to move out and get her own house, her own apartment, which is where she lost her life. This all was happening very fast. It happened in a 6-month period. How quickly? Believe it or not, Sandy wanted to go back home to her husband, but a woman was living in her house. The woman that her husband was cheating on her with. So the husband actually had the audacity to come to the funeral. He came to the funeral to win Sandy back, to make Sandy come back home to him. So he was at the funeral. He went to the funeral, and they saw him, and everybody was very standoffish to him. They didn't really speak to him. Everybody was just very cold towards him. Why wouldn't you be? You're cheating on their family. So when it was time to leave, they all put their flags in so they can go off to the cemetery. So you can ride behind the officer and you guys all stay together. When they were all in line, all of a sudden, the husband got out the line, veered for it, and went off on a side road. That is the moment that he decided he was going to take her life. That was the moment he decided he was going to kill the entire family. And he damn sure tried. We don't know if that's 100% true, but that's what they're gathering. That's when he made that decision. When he got out that line and he didn't come with them to the cemetery, that's what happened. More of the story gets weird. They all went back to her grandmother's house for a party. You know, a party to celebrate the life. They were there and it was Sandy, her daughter, her niece, and her son. And they were at her mom's house. And for some strange reason, her daughter really needed to use the bathroom. And she didn't want to use it at her house, at her grandma's house. She wanted to use it at her own house. God works in such mysterious ways. Sandy didn't really want to go home. She just kept saying that she didn't want to go home. She wasn't ready yet. She wasn't ready yet. But her daughter really needed to use the bathroom. So they decided to head on home. Her niece came with her. So it was her niece, Jaleisha. It was her daughter. And it was her son. And it was her. They came back to the apartment. They were just walking in the door when the husband ran up. This is all in a neighborhood now, guys. The husband had ran up and pushed his way through the door. He had 2 guns on him. One in his hand and one in his back of his belt loop. He basically was yelling, screaming, I want you to come back home. If you don't come back home, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill your family. What do you choose? And all this stuff. Sandy would have done anything to save her family. And they said something about she pushed him in the door. She pushed him against the door, and that's where he dropped the gun, and it fell behind the door because they found one of the guns behind the door, of the front door. Now, mind you, the door's open this whole time, but she was able to push, like, the door into him somehow, and she told them to run. Her daughter, her son, and her niece, she said to run. Sandy then tried to run out the front door, and that's where he struck her. He shot her right in the back of the head and then turned the gun that way and shot towards the kids. All 3 of the kids jumped out of the bathroom window, and Jaleisha ended up getting shot and she didn't even know it. And that's when she ran into the laundry room for help. Sandy was already dead. And then that's when he took his own life and kind of fell like in the grass. I know all of this because her daughter is friends with my coworker. My coworker told me that the daughter actually saw her dad taking his last breath and gasping and asking her for help. Help me, help me. She said, no, you deserve to die for what you did. And walked away. And that's the girl that helped me get Jaleisha and carry her towards the crime scene. Do I blame the daughter for feeling that way? Not at all. He made his bed. It was time he lied in it. It's a very sad story. And I kind of feel like a little bit could have been prevented. Only because how did the man get to the apartment complex? His newfound mistress drove him there. She claims she never knew he was going to kill them. She claims she never knew he even had a gun. That's funny. Then why was one of the guns registered to you? And to this day, nothing has happened to her. It's so weird. It's like she knew people. Nothing happened to her. So 2 kids now live without their mother and father. And the niece, Jaleisha, I found her. And when she found who I was, she was crying, calling me a hero, a savior, and true guardian angel. She's so amazing. She's such an amazing person. We're still friends to this day. We're friends. And we always said one day we were going to have a lunch together. And I still want that to happen. She wants to meet my mom, and I want to meet her mom. Her mom was so thankful and so proud of me. In a way, it was an amazing day, but one of the saddest. I'm so glad I helped Jaleisha. And Jaleisha went off to be an amazing mommy. She's such a good mommy to her kids. And Sandy, she's in heaven now, looking down upon her children and her family, where her husband can't hurt her no more. Like I said, it's a story I will never forget. So, comment down below if you want. Comment down below anything you want. That was a very non-forgetful day. I'll see you guys on the next video. As always, stay beautiful. Stay blessed. I'm your girl, Samantha Sweets. Love y'all. Bye.